Well, folks, let me tell you about the night Pedro Infante and I almost starved to death. We were walking through Mexico in the middle of the biggest rainstorm I had ever seen. Pedro had a guitar, I had a broken umbrella, and between the two of us, we had one lonely tortilla. Pedro looked at me and said, "We'll divide it equally." So I agreed. He kept half, and I kept the tortilla. Pedro stared at me. That was the moment our friendship nearly ended. But then lightning struck, the sky opened, and we saw the largest mansion either one of us had ever seen. And standing at the window was a beautiful woman named Lilia. Two vagabonds, one guitar, walking underneath the stars. No money, no dinner, but we knew who we were. Pedro sang and I shook my knees, trying to earn something to eat. Two vagabonds, one guitar, and Lilia waiting at the door. Lilia opened the door and asked, "Can either of you do anything useful?" Pedro raised his guitar and said, "I can sing." I fixed my hair and said, "So can I." Then Lilia crossed her arms. "If both of you sing, who is going to work?" Pedro pointed at me. I pointed at Pedro. Lilia should have closed the door right then and there. Instead, she invited us inside. That was her first mistake. Two vagabonds soaking wet, looking for the dinner we hadn't found yet. She gave us shelter from the storm, then wished she had left us on the lawn. Lilia gave us clean clothes and invited us to a fancy family dinner. Pedro's suit was so tight he couldn't sit down. My suit was so big 3 more men could have climbed inside. Then Pedro saw 7 forks beside his plate. He whispered, "Elvis, which one do we use?" I told him, "The one closest to the chicken." That was my first mistake. Pedro tried to carve the bird, but the chicken shot across the room like it had just remembered an important appointment. It landed in Lilia's aunt's lap. She screamed, the butler dropped a tray. I tried to catch it, spun around twice, and accidentally invented a new dance. Pedro started playing the guitar, and suddenly the worst dinner in history became the greatest party in Mexico. Shake that table, ring that glass, hide the chicken, we're moving fast. Pedro's picking, I'm keeping time. Lilia's laughing and looking fine. We came for supper, we started a show. Now the whole house is ready to go. Two vagabonds, one guitar. We may be broke, but here we are. The grandmother climbed onto the table. Lilia shouted, "Grandmother, be careful with your back!" The old lady looked at her and said, "I'm 80 years old, not dead." Then she grabbed my hand and danced faster than I did. Pedro danced with Lilia. The butler played the silver trays like drums, and the chicken disappeared. To this day, nobody knows who ate it. Personally, I suspect the grandmother. We didn't have a dollar, we didn't have a bed, but Pedro had a song that could wake up the dead. I didn't speak much Spanish, but I understood her smile when Lilia started dancing. Hunger waited for a while. Then the chandelier began to shake. Pedro looked up and asked, "Is that part of your dance?" Before I could answer, the whole thing came crashing down. Pedro caught one side, I caught the other. There we were,
hanging over the table, still trying to finish the song. And somehow the family applauded. Lilia finally said, "All right, you may stay." Pedro and I celebrated. Then she added, "You begin working tomorrow morning at 6. I asked Pedro what time it was. He looked at the clock, 5:59. We dropped the chandelier and ran for our lives. Two vagabonds, one guitar, running underneath the stars. Lilia chased us down the street with a broom and dancing feet. Pedro laughed and I yelled, "Run! That woman means what she says." No money, no supper, no place to sleep, but we made a memory we promised to keep. Two vagabonds, one guitar. We didn't get very far because Lilia caught us at the gate and made us both work until 8. That was the night Pedro Infante and I learned a very important lesson. Never trust a beautiful woman who offers you a free dinner, because sooner or later she is going to make you wash the dishes.
It wasn't me, yo no fui. Now I want everybody to understand something. When Pedro and I entered Lilia's mansion, the dining room was perfectly clean. The chicken was on the table, the chandelier was hanging from the ceiling, and Lilia's grandmother was behaving like a respectable lady. 10 minutes later, the chicken was missing, the chandelier was broken, grandmother was dancing on the table, and Pedro was hiding behind the curtains. Lilia looked directly at him. "Pedro, did you do this?" Pedro stepped forward, straightened his jacket, and answered with a song. "It wasn't me, yo no fui. If they come to tell you, si te vienen a contar bad little stories about me, cositas malas de mí, tell them all to get lost, mándalos a volar, and tell them yo no fui. It wasn't me." Now I had watched Pedro launch that chicken across the dining room with my own 2 eyes, but he placed one hand over his heart and kept singing like an innocent angel. "I assure you it wasn't me. Yo te aseguro que yo no fui. There are only stories going around. Son puros cuentos de por ahí. You have to believe in me. Tú me tienes que creer a mí. I swear to you it wasn't me. Yo te lo juro que yo no fui." Then Lilia pointed toward the broken plates. Pedro blamed the butler. She pointed toward the soup on the ceiling. Pedro blamed the chicken. She pointed toward her grandmother, who was dancing with a tablecloth around her shoulders. Pedro blamed me. That was when I decided to defend myself. I didn't throw the chicken, I didn't break the chair, I only tried to catch the tray that Pedro launched into the air. I didn't shake the chandelier or spill the apple pie, but every time that Lilia asked, Pedro gave the same reply. Yo no fui, it wasn't me. If they come to tell you, si te vienen a contar bad little stories about me, cositas malas de mí, tell them all to get lost, mándalos a volar, and tell them yo no fui. It wasn't me. Who sent the chicken flying? Yo no fui. Who broke the chandelier? Yo no fui. Who ate the final piece of pie? Yo no fui. Who kissed Lilia in the garden? That was Elvis. Now wait just a minute. Oh, mama, it wasn't me. Ay, mama, que yo no fui. Look here, brother, it wasn't me. Mira, muchacho, que yo no fui. You have the face of ice, saw everything, but you still have to believe in me. Yo te aseguro
que yo no fui. Pedro had almost convinced everyone. The family believed him. The butler apologized. Even the chicken looked confused. But then Lilia smiled. She reached inside her purse and pulled out a photograph. There was Pedro standing on the table holding the chicken in one hand and the broken chandelier in the other. Pedro stared at the picture. The entire room became silent. Then he looked at Lilia and said, "That man looks a little like me." But
yo no fui. It wasn't me. Yo no fui. The chicken flew, the plates went high, the soup came down from the ceiling sky. The butler and grandmother danced, and Pedro lost his only chance. If anybody asks you who destroyed the family meal, send them all away and never tell them what was real. Yo no fui. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Yo te lo juro que yo no fui.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the last time Lilia invited Pedro and me to a formal dinner. She still invites us to sing, but now she hides the chicken first.
The morning after the Impossible's dinner, Pedro and I were still living inside Lilia's mansion. Nobody knew why. We had broken 12 plates, destroyed one chandelier, and frightened a chicken so badly that it left Mexico. But Lilia had forgiven us. Pedro believed she was beginning to trust him. He walked through the mansion, carrying a rose he had taken from Lilia's own garden. Everything was going beautifully until somebody knocked on the door. Three elegant women stood outside. The first carried Pedro's photograph. The second carried one of his love letters. The third carried a suitcase. Pedro looked at that suitcase and immediately became nervous. One woman claimed Pedro had promised her a private serenade. Another said he had promised to sing beneath her balcony. The third claimed he had invited her to Acapulco. Pedro whispered to me,
"Elvis, I don't even know how to swim."
Then the first woman embraced him, the second grabbed his hand, and the third kissed him on the cheek. That was exactly when Lilia entered the room.
Lilia looked at the three women.
She looked at Pedro.
Then she looked at the lipstick
On Pedro's cheek,
Pedro lifted both hands.
the mariachi began to play.
Dicen que soy mujeriego. That is what they say about me. They repeat 1,000 stories and pretend that they are true. Dicen que soy mujeriego,
But those rumors do not know me.
there may be women at my doorway,
But my heart belongs to you. One asked me for a love song, one asked me for a dance, One wanted a photograph and called it a romance. I smiled because I'm friendly, I sang because I sing. But giving someone music doesn't mean I bought a ring. They took every small kindness and turned it into love. Now 3 mistaken angels have fallen from above. Look into my eyes, Lilia, you know what they can't see. The man inside those stories is not the man in me. Dicen que soy mujeriego. They say I cannot be true. They can decorate the rumors, but my heart belongs to you. Dicen que soy mujeriego. Let them say it night and day. If you believe the man before you, send those foolish tales away. I may sing to many people, I may smile when they pass through, but there is only one woman I am standing here to choose. Dicen que soy mujeriego.
Lilia,
I choose you. It was a beautiful defense. I almost believed them myself. Unfortunately, the door opened again. A newspaper boy stood outside holding the morning edition. Across the front page, in enormous black letters, was the headline. Under the headline was a photograph of Pedro surrounded by 6 smiling women.
Pedro stared at the newspaper.
Then he looked at me.
I tried to help.
I told Lilia.
Pedro doesn't chase women.
Women chase Pedro.
Lilia looked at me.
I immediately realized that I had not helped. A photograph can capture 1 second of a day. It cannot tell you what happened before I walked away. A headline sells a scandal, the truth must stand alone. A crowd may know my music without knowing whom I love. Yes, I have lived a little.
Yes, I made mistakes.
But I would leave 1,000 roads for one true woman's sake. Don't judge me by the voices that gather at your door. Listen to the heart that isn't wondering anymore. Dicen que soy mujeriego. They say I'm born to run. They say I leave behind me broken hearts when I am done. Dicen que soy mujeriego, but I know what I feel.
The world may sell 1,000 lies,
but this love is something real.
let the women keep their pictures.
Let the newspapers accuse.
If loving you is my decision,
Then I know.
what I must choose.
Dicen que soy mujeriego.
But Lilia,
I am in love with you. Pedro stepped closer. Lilia stepped away. She placed the newspaper against his chest. Then she opened the mansion door and pointed toward the rain.
Pedro looked at me.
I looked at the breakfast table.
He asked if I was coming with him,
I told him friendship was sacred.
but the eggs were getting cold.
Then Lilia turned toward me. A moment later,
I was standing outside beside Pedro.
holding 2 pieces of toast. ¿Qué te ha dado esa mujer? But Pedro was still standing outside her mansion, holding his guitar in one hand and his wet shoes in the other. 3 mysterious women, a scandal in the newspaper, and lipstick on his cheek like evidence of a crime. Lily had thrown us out, and Pedro, he wasn't leaving. ¿Qué te ha dado esa mujer? What keeps you standing in the rain? Why are you still at her doorway after all this pain? ¿Qué te ha dado esa esa mujer? What makes you lose your pride? She threw your clothes out the window, but you still won't say goodbye. She gave a wandering man a doorway when I had nowhere left to go. She heard the song behind my laughter that nobody else could know. She saw beyond the empty pockets, past the stories and the fame. When the world just saw a singer, she wanted my real name. She gave me reason to stop running. She gave my heart a home. For the first time in my lifetime, I don't want to be alone. What has that woman given me? A truth I cannot hide. She gave me somewhere I belong and someone by my side. What has that woman given me? A dream I never knew. The world may call it scandal, but I believe in her too. I told him she threw his shoes at his head. He said she missed. I told him she locked every door. He said there are windows. That's when I knew he wasn't leaving, and neither was I. ¿Qué te ha dado esa mujer? A broom across your back, a newspaper full of trouble, and your suitcase never packed. ¿Qué te ha dado esa mujer? A kiss you didn't earn. You walked in hungry for love and came out twice as burned. She gave me something worth defending, something real inside my soul. If love means standing in the rain, then I will not let go. She may doubt me for a moment. She may turn me away. But if love is standing here, then here is where I stay. ¿Qué te ha dado esa mujer? A reason to begin. Why keep knocking at her door? Because she let me in. She believes the morning paper, and I'll prove it wrong. And if she never opens, I'll keep singing this song. What has that woman given me? More than silver, more than gold. She gave a restless man a future and a hand to hold. What has that woman given me? A love both brave and true. If the whole world stands against us, I will still stand here for you. The door finally opened, and everything changed. Lilia stood there in the golden light, and for the first time, nobody was lying anymore. She kissed him. I smelled cake, and the scandal became a family. She gave two wandering singers a shelter from the rain. She gave a foolish heart forgiveness and the chance to love again. Pedro finally found his answer, and the answer was her name. The rain was coming down hard. Pedro stood beneath Lilia's window with a guitar in one hand and an apology in the other. Then the window opened for one beautiful second. Pedro thought she had forgiven him. But what ¿Quién será la que me quiera a mí?
¿Quién será?
Who will see the wandering man and understand his heart? ¿Quién será la que me quiera a mí?
¿Quién será?
Who will open up her door and give my life a brand new start? I came looking for shelter, but I found something true. ¿Quién será la que me quiera a mí? Lilia.
Could it be you?
¿Quién será? Who can make the darkest night shine brighter than a star?
¿Quién será la que me quiera a mí?
¿Quién será? I don't need another answer. I already know who you are. I arrived with empty hands, but my heart belongs to you. ¿Quién será la que me quiera a mí?